I love Ben Reilly.
Sorry to disappoint you, Lilith Hellfire, but neither one of us is getting any Ben Reilly today. Welcome back to the Ultimate SpiderCast.
Shucks.
Welcome back, Lilith Hellfire. I am Phil, and as I said already a couple times, that's Lilith Hellfire.
That's the drinking game. How many times can Phil say my name in an episode?
Lilith. But yeah, it's the last episode of November. You know what that means.
No more hobble gobble after this week.
New review month.
Oh.
Why? Do you want to do a Hob Gobble Gobble next part 2 next year?
Yes. Hob Gobble Gobble part 2, electric turkey in the chimney flue.
Next November, all Jason McIngale episodes. It'll be a real turkey.
Enough to make you want to set your house on fire?
Stuff them.
Yeah, we should. We should do Hobble Gobble part 2.
That turkey McIngale.
Jive turkey.
Turkey. There you go. All right. So again, new review again. Of course, end of the month. You know that because you people listen. All right. So have the list. Where should we begin, Love Hellfire? Take a drink.
I read everything except for Carnage, so you know.
Well, me too.
So just at your leisure, sir. At your leisure.
What?
Pick whatever you want.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to remember what came out in what order, but I can't. So, Harry, you want to start with Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 13?
Sure.
With 4 fantastic guest stars.
I know. I liked that.
Oh yeah, it kind of ties up that Undercity or Underworld story.
Yeah, finally.
Yes.
That kind of dragged on a little too long. But...
I know they kind of like were they trying to drum up attention for this series? Because remember, they were like, "Oh, Spider-Man's gonna die," and it's like, bro, that lasted like 5 pages, maybe.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think that he had really any consequences yet. Like that was the big thing about it. It's like, oh, he's been keeping secrets, and it's finally a consequence. And I'm like, is it though?
No. Yeah, I know. But
it was a fun issue, definitely.
Yeah, it didn't seem too gratuitous, with guest stars. Made sense.
Yeah, it made sense. It's like, I like that they are kind of like reconnecting that whole Spider-Man and Fantastic Four relationship. I feel like we haven't really had that for a while. Well,
half of them have been gone for a while, so.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's about time that, Fantastic Four come back into the spotlight, come home, get the shine that they deserve. And I feel like for people who don't necessarily want to pick up a Fantastic Four book, this might make them want to.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And it's like, Peter...
Johnny's actually shown as, like, human and sympathetic, and I don't want to punch him in his little punchable face. So that's really good writing as far as... Johnny is basically Marvel's version of Hal Jordan for me.
Oh!
Where I just want to punch him every time I see him on my damn panel. I'm just like, get out of here, Johnny.
Well, it just depends. Sometimes, I mean, it's been how many years? And sometimes they still want to write Johnny like he's 16 or 18.
Whatever the plot needs. I'm surprised him and Franklin aren't the same age at this point.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The Fantastic Four works so good with Spider-Man because, Peter and Reed can, like, science bro out, and then, Peter shares, like, the fart jokes with Johnny. And
Exactly.
But that was good. This is something Charlie Esser might like.
Definitely.
It's something Charlie Esser would like. Let me just put it to you that way.
And I like that this one actually feels kind of timeless. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like steeped in today, now, it's lit kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's not like you don't have to mention, there's no mention of absolute carnage or...
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
that's
I appreciate
really
that.
a strong issue for this title.
Definitely.
I feel like this title has been kind of like struggling with like a tonal issue for me.
Why I just think sometimes the satellite Spider-Man books suffer just because it's like, well, what are they doing in Amazing? What do we have to address from Amazing?
True. I think if they kind of kept this formula, kind of like stay out of the fray a little bit. It might work for this issue specifically because I feel like since it's Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, it should be like more grounded, more like in his actual neighborhood. Maybe call me crazy.
I know.
I think that's what kind of like worked with Tom Holland's introduction of Spider-Man 2. That we saw him in his neighborhood, even though he kind of messed up a little bit sometimes. Like that guy wasn't actually stealing the car. That kind of stuff. Like I think that will work a little bit better for this book going forward.
This should be the smaller book. This should be the book where, Scorpion's robbing a bank. This is where it happens.
Exactly. Exactly. We see Shocker or whatever, cannon fodder villains. But maybe flesh them out,
How awesome would that be? You just name a book Spider-Man's Cannon Fodder.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
No false advertising. You know what you're getting.
Yeah, no, but like I said, I really did enjoy this issue, and if they can keep this kind of tone, I'm kind of here for it. But I still love the art. I think Ken Lashley's doing an excellent job, and Tom Taylor probably has to dodge a lot of editorial issues. That's what it kind of seems like, because like you said, they do have to like kind of work around the main book. And the main book's kind of having an identity crisis in and of itself at this moment too, so...
Well, and it's like these days you have to work around Amazing. You have to work around Absolute Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 20 Spider-Man books, so it's like, okay, who's doing this over here? Who's doing this over here? And as we've heard from multiple comic creators, they never tell me anything.
Exactly. Which is crazy to me because I know DC used to not be like that. Like, they used to have, like, their whole little, especially, like, in regards to, like, the big characters. Like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what you can't do. This is the Bible. Now it's just all willy-nilly free-for-all. And I think we need to maybe go back to, like, some more, not micromanaging, but at least macro-managing. I feel like everything's chaos at all the big places. If you get a big name, you let them do whatever. That's what it kind of feels like.
And it should be easier these days because everyone should be able to keep up with, like, between email and social media,
And, Slack and Trello and all these other little tools you can do.
At least an email chain, just be like, okay, this is what all of the Spider-Man creators are doing for the month. And then you send that to all the Spider-Man creators.
Yeah.
Or here's what I'm doing in my Spider-Man book for the next.
Like I said, all the people that are in comics are pretty much big names right now,
Mm-hmm.
And people kind of like, you do have to like baby the talent at times, I think. So everybody kind of has to cry and get their way right now, unfortunately.
I would appreciate it. I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I never would have thought of doing that. I can springboard off that.
And then some people are temperamental. Don't tell me what to do,
Yeah. Well, speaking of, let's discuss Amazing Spider-Man Full Circle.
I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, me too. I mean, $10 book, but it's one huge story.
It was actually worth it, though.
Yes, it was. And this is one of the things I want to talk to Kelly Thompson about when we talked to her for Wade's World.
Yes.
Because she was one of the many writers on this. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know.
I didn't know how I felt about a $10 Spidey book. You know what I mean? It's like, there's so much Spider-Man. Do we really need a $10 Spider-Man book? But it actually lived up to the hype with all the cool stuff that they had in it.
Well, it was like, it was like experimental too, and there was like all these writers and pencilers and inkers on it.
I think it was basically just a showcase, honestly.
I think so. It's one big story, but you had Hickman, Jerry Dugan, Nick Spencer, like you said, Kelly Thompson, Al Ewing, Chip Zdarsky, Jason Aaron. So a lot of
yeah.
And they even say on the first page, the order in which
Mark Bagley did some art in there too.
Yes.
And the cover was done by Rod Reese, which I was like, oh, good for him. He deserves it. And then they also worked S.H.I.E.L.D. into it, which is like, S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of like a dying property with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. being in its last season. And, the phases going forward in the MCU don't look like it's going to really be focused on that. You know what I mean? So I thought that was cool.
And it's a pretty coherent story for what they did is they didn't tell anyone who else was involved. All they told them was when it was their turn. Okay, this is who wrote the chapter before you, and here's where they left Spider-Man. Go.
Exactly. And then the fact that we have Nick Fury, Wolverine, and Peter Porker, it's like, oh, they got the Spider-Ham in there.
And
it didn't feel like forced either, is what I like. Yes.
So yeah, if you're looking for something different, but again, this was like I said, pretty coherent for all these writers who didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, it felt like, I don't know, it felt like Peter was kind of like in the Wolverine position because he's going from place to place. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, this is kind of cool to see Spider-Man do.
And
as long as it's not the Spider-Man car, I'm good.
And it's a nice thick $10 book, but it's one story. You get like a massive story. It's not like every other $10 book where you get a main story and like 20 backups.
Yeah. Which is sometimes, if it's an annual, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, no. But it just seems like every $10 book's like that. Even the annuals usually are $10. That's like the massive ones.
Yeah. Yeah, if you didn't pick it up, I think you guys should definitely do. I think they're definitely going to do this again. This isn't a one-shot kind of thing, so.
Experiment.
Yeah, I think it did pretty well, too.
Yeah. Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't really hear any critics badmouth it at all, and I know there was only like 3 copies when I went into my comic book store left.
Oh.
So.
And for a $10 book, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
All right. Should we get this Spider-Man 2?
Sure.
It just seems so weird that it's called Spider-Man.
I know. No superlatives. No, just Spider-Man.
I mean, I guess they wanted to surprise you with the J.J. What's J.J. Abrams going to do? But it's like they could have called it like Son of Spider-Man or something, or Spider-Man Beyond.
I guess you're right about that.
Yeah, they were playing more off of, hey, look, it's J.J. Abrams. What's he going to do?
Yeah. Lens flares, yeah. What?
But I mean, it basically focuses more on Peter Parker's ginger son.
I like that he's ginger, Avi. But it was just like, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fine, but I like Mayday. I'm sorry.
Me too. And I get he's a teenager with raging hormones, but
and it's like we have Miles for that.
Yeah, and it's like he tells this girl 5 minutes after, I guess they start dating, that he's son of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
His girlfriend Catwoman. Get it? Spider-Man and a cat.
Yeah. Finally, it's come full circle.
Oh my lord! J.J. Abrams, just give us that scene. Even if it's the last issue, just Peter's telling his son, "Don't date anyone in a cat costume."
And I kind of dig that their son's name is Ben.
Yes. Well, of course. What else were they going to name a boy?
Yeah, exactly. They could have surprised us. He could have just been Peter Jr.,
Come on, it's Uncle. Every 2 seconds, it's Uncle Ben this, Uncle Ben.
Because he's Mephisto. Dude, just... You agreed with it, and we're running with it. That's why.
I know. That would just be so funny. You name me after the devil?
Oh my god, yeah. And why does he look like... I saw somebody in this one who kind of looked like Keanu Reeves, and I'm just like, it's happening, isn't it? They're gonna suck Keanu Reeves into the Marvel universe.
Oh, Peter.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh. Give me Sweatpants Pete any day. Just saying.
I'm just like, Aunt May's still alive? Well, I guess they...
Well, she's Marissa Tomei Aunt May.
Well, yeah, they've been de-aging Aunt May, that's true. Yeah, Aunt May's probably like my age at this point.
My whole thing is just like, I don't like that they killed Mary Jane off in the first issue.
Yeah.
It's like, look, he's got enough man pain without having to deal with it.
I mean, it's basically just a modernization of Peter's story,
And he's ginger.
Yeah.
Not even blonde, but ginger.
He kind of wants his parents because his mom's dead, his dad's distant, and always traveling. So, again, Aunt May raising a teenage Spider-Man.
Exactly. This is what I mean.
It's basically J.J. Abrams saying, "This is how I would have started it." J.J. and son.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all right.
But then that new villain, I was like, Cadaverous? Really?
I think if you name a kid Cadaverous, you know what kind of business he's getting into.
I mean, yeah, I was like, was the family in the funeral home business, or like, what's going on here?
Or they're just cruel. What's he look like? Cadaverous.
I don't know. I'm gonna finish out the series because it's only 5 issues that we have to deal with. So
Yeah.
And I really did dig the who is it? Sarah Pichelli that does the art.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, she has good stuff.
yeah, I really kind of like her take on it. It kind of makes it feel almost like anime-ish a little bit, which I like.
Yes.
That picture on his cell phone of Spider-Man with the webs. I was just like, oh God, please don't, please don't,
No.
don't do it.
Uh,
I think it is a very modern take, and this, for all we know, this could become canon in a new Marvel Earth, you know?
I get, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gonna be in, in the multiverse somewhere.
Yeah.
Multiverse.
But I think anybody could have told this story. I don't think it had to be J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, well, I don't think the story was waiting there, and they're like, who could tell this? I think J.J. Abrams and Son came to them and said, hey, we have a Spider-Man story.
What if Mayday was a boy? Because girls are icky and don't sell comic books unless they tell beaver jokes.
Now you're getting it.
Exactly. That's what it felt like to me, honestly. But like, I think anybody that I've ever talked to that knows about Mayday loves Mayday. So like, I just didn't feel like we needed this. That's all. But it's a good story. It's fun. Like I said, I'm gonna finish out the run. So
I think didn't they push back at least 1 or 2 of these issues though?
probably.
I think so. I think is it the next Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man issue? I think is got pushed back too.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on over there at Marvel.
And it's like, what's selling more than Spider-Man these days? Come on, people.
Nothing. Except for Batman merch at Walmart.
I don't
Bite
know.
me.
Yeah. All right. Want to get something good? Ghost Spider number 3.
Hells to the yeah. I still hate the name, but it's fine. It's fine. I just call her Gwen anyway.
I know, me too. You look at all the hashtags online, it's still Spider-Gwen, but it's just like, I guess they wanted like her official name because, especially on Earth 616, you're not going to be telling everyone her name's Spider-Gwen.
Exactly.
I guess they had.
I like it,
Mm-hmm.
We kind of glossed over this in one of the Capes and Lunatics Saturday review roundups. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm never like, oh, we gotta hit that Spider-Man because I know we'll get to it here.
Exactly, but I really do dig Shanahan McGuire's take on it. I really love the art by Takashi Miyazawa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like he gets the character, and I love it. And I don't know, like she's kind of like, I don't know, Gwenpool too, where it's like, it's this fine line you have to kind of walk without like it ended up being a parody. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So like I like the balance that they kind of try to make in this book. But issue 3 was just kind of like, huh? And I was just like, she's in college already? Are we really doing this?
Yeah, but they still, I think we even mentioned this last issue, but when she meets up with Peter, she's like, this reality Spider-Man way too old.
Yeah, and I was just like, is he though? I mean, I kind of like Into the Spider-Verse version where it's like, oh yeah, he's old, but he's dead. It doesn't matter. It's a moot point now.
Yeah, but
then it's like 3 stories going on at the same time. Technically 4. And then you're just like, okay, how are these gonna merge? And we still don't know, actually. So
yeah.
There's a lot of like theorizing in the Gwenpool, in the Ghost Spider like book though, and I like that. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you kind of guessing. Like a lot of books are very obvious, like obvious Manhunter, obvious,
Yeah.
So I like that this book doesn't treat me like I'm stupid and holds my hand and walks me through everything.
Yeah, I mean it's good. We got the Jackal has someone spying on her.
Yes.
and mutates them to battle her.
Cannon fodder.
When that wacky jackal? When will he ever learn?
I like that the jackal's kind of here being the jackal, but like kind of humorously being the jackal. A very tongue-in-cheek take on the jackal, I think.
It's so funny. Jackal sounds so close to jackhole.
Exactly.
He's such a jackhole. All right, where should we? Oh, you want to talk Miles Morales 12?
Sure. Hey, they're losing the plot. They're losing the plot.
Well, you know, he's he's trying to talk his uncle down from killing somebody, and
Like, I don't know. Like, either you should have focused on this earlier or focused on it later. Like, don't give me this right now. You know what I mean? It's just like, Like, why should we even care about his uncle at this point? Like,
I know it's like, yeah.
I guess they're assuming that we're like, what if you're a new reader? Maybe you're like super confused at this point now.
Well, do you think they're trying to get more of a Spider-Verse vibe too, into the Spider-Verse vibe?
True.
They're like, everyone's seen that movie.
Probably.
It's the best Spider-Man movie, yeah.
Yeah. Agreed, sir. And I do get that the Spider-Man formula for great stories is like a lot of interpersonal drama, but I feel like they have been focusing way too much on interpersonal drama in this book. I need a little more action. I need Miles to be fleshed out. I feel like they're fleshing out everybody around Miles, but they're not fleshing him out, I think is my problem.
Well, I think that's it's probably the writer and everyone playing up that, you know, this isn't Peter Parker. He has parents who are alive. He has this uncle.
Yeah. I guess I just need to focus on Miles for a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Oh, then they even included one of Charlie Esser's favorites, Man Mountain Marco.
I was just about to say, yeah, that was kind of cool. And I say he's a D-lister, not a B-lister, but fight me.
He was in the Enforcers. He's the one of the, he was OG.
D-lister.
Stan and Steve, come on.
D-listers. But I like that and this is the thing, I don't know if it's because Miles Morales is a person of color, but all his actions have consequences is all that I'm saying. Like, big time consequences. Because he interfered with his uncle, and look what's happening now. That's all that I'm saying. I can appreciate it, but I'm also a little perturbed by it.
Yeah, but do you think back when he started, Peter's actions might have had consequences had he not been created in the 60s, written by Stanley?
Nope. Still white savior issue. Sorry. I love Pete. Look, I love Spider-Man, but I'm just going to call it like I see it. They definitely have a big thing with Peter with that whole thing. So.
Oh, come on. Amazing Fantasy 15. He lets the burglar go. The burglar goes and kills his uncle. You're telling me
That's karma. That's the only time we've ever seen Okay, one time he had consequences and it was dire. One time.
Hey, remember the beginning of the month? He let that guy go, and then guess what? The guy leads this Roderick Kingsley to the Hobgoblin stuff. Guess what? Now he got a new goblin.
He wanted a new goblin. He loves the costume. He loves the freaking pumpkin o-lanterns or whatever.
Gobble, gobble.
Scroll up if you don't get that reference.
If you don't get that, you haven't been listening the last 3 weeks.
Anyway.
Why couldn't you give me that drop at the beginning of the month? Come on.
I get it. Well, we didn't think of it till the mid.
And hey, D-lister or no, at least Marvel's like giving us, we've seen enough women who can pull their zippers up. I mean, look, Marco's chest is out there.
I don't think his pecs would allow the zipper to go any further than his belly button. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, just like with Talia, all right?
That belly button muscle is strong, homie.
A cat, yeah.
But I did really appreciate that Javier Garron came back because it was a couple of fill-in artists.
Yeah.
So and I was like, and not to say anything against the fill-in artists, but it was kind of noticeable for me.
Yeah, I mean, just it'll get splash page and everything this issue.
Exactly. I love how he maps out the sequential action and stuff, and like his thought bubbles aren't distracting and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely this was a good book. It's like a B+ for me. I care about Miles. I really don't care about his other stuff. So
yeah, no,
because
yeah, like that last series that Bendis wrote of Miles, I really wasn't that interested. I'm interested in this Miles series.
I think the other one is worth revisiting.
I mean, I read the the first couple iterations of Bendis Miles, but that last one, when Miles was finally in 6-1. Well, I read the first couple issues of that, but I kind of dropped off.
Yeah, he lost the thread after like issue 4, I think it was. So I understand. Yeah. But yeah, still a good book. Still definitely on my pull list. Not going anywhere anytime soon.
Mm-mm.
But I have to say, I think probably like issues 3 through like 8 have been my favorite so far.
Yeah.
I think that this is definitely one of those books you could probably benefit from just waiting for the trade. I think it's better to read it like back to back to back to see the whole story come together as opposed to waiting from issue to issue.
Yeah, like that last series he had in the Ultimate University, I think I got those, and like there was like 2 trades.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So what else? What else you got?
Ladies' choice. Do you want to get to the 2 issues of Amazing Spider-Man or the Black Cat number 6 in the annual?
Let's do Black Cat number 6 in the annual.
All right. So,
I thought number 6 was kind of odd, but still fun and enjoyable, but odd.
I think it was like basically setting up a new arc, but hey, this is the Black Cat that hooked Charlie Esser.
Yeah, I like that it's not she's not gratuitous. Like it's like a really good balance. It's really fun. And like she's kind of quippy, but not too quippy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think this series more than any other Black Cat I've ever read before. I mean this as a compliment. She's more Catwoman than I've ever seen before. like I said on Capes of Lunatics, episode 131. Scroll down. I think she actually has a personality and stuff. It's not just hey, look, a hot chick in skin tight black leather.
Yeah, a lot of people do originally did kind of give her, that's just the Selena Kyle light, But I think they kind of like, I don't know. I just like what they do with her.
Yes.
The Thieves Guild thing, I like that. I was just like, that's very Gambit of you. Thank you.
Well, it makes sense. She's a thief.
Exactly. I like that they kind of like mix it up and it's not repetitive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I like they're actually trying to do something with the Black Fox instead of just like, any other time he appeared, he's kind of a joke.
Yeah.
Don't hit me, Spider-Man. I'm an old man.
I like that they actually even let her go on a date. And they're like they're really fleshing her out.
Batroc the Leaper, yes.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, they're digging deep.
The minute I read that, and I was right, I was like, Charlie Esser, you must read this.
Definitely. But it was definitely a breather issue, for sure. You're right. They were definitely setting up the next arc. But it was fun to see her be a little, like, kind of, like, soft and girly, and you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So, yeah. Darlings, I thought the character art for Darlings was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think it was definitely very intentional that they had a lot of the dull backgrounds when it came to that character being around, and then, like, really, like, did a really good job with the ink and the coloring and the pencils for that specific character. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the artist, it reminds me of, what is that artist? Carrie Nord or whatever. It reminds me of his art.
Oh, I could see that.
Which I kind of liked. I knew he did a little bit of Daredevil back in the day. It kind of reminds me of that.
But yeah, like I said, the Thieves Guild. I was just like very Gambit of you, and I was like, oh, Odessa Drake. So yeah, I think Black Cat has definitely surprised a lot of people. It surprised me. So.
Heck yes, and then the annual #1.
So much freaking fun.
Which takes place. It leads into issue 1.
Yeah, I was like, it's a prequel. It was so cute and fun and thought out. I was just like, oh, that's cool.
Well, like you mentioned on Super Capes and Lunatics, I do like in an annual, like when they can work it into the main series, or they tell you where this takes place in the main series.
Exactly. And it even had a really fun backup story. I don't even think it needed the backstory. I know it was $5, but honestly, I don't think it needed the backup story. But it was fun to have. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Wait, what backup story?
Wasn't it a backup story? Am I mixing up my books?
Maybe. Yeah, no. I think this is one big story.
Oh, mixing up my story.
Although I do like that they gave us like since they had the extra page count, they kind of gave us background on her henchman.
Yeah. Yeah. That Shocker needs that treatment.
Yeah. The big guy from Pittsburgh. I'm disappointed, Charlie Esser. You didn't bring that up. But yeah, I love I like the art on Black Cat 6, but I like the art even better in the annual.
Yeah. Also, I like the variant. I got the variant cover actually too, where it's just kind of the black and white one of her and Spider-Man. I don't know if you saw them.
I don't know if I saw a black and white one, but I did see some of the variants. Yeah, I like pretty much all the ones I saw.
I'm a sucker for black and white, so I thought that was really cool. I'll probably like scan it in and probably color it myself. That's usually what I do with those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think this is a really good annual, and I think this is a formula a lot of other annuals should follow in the Marvel Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Make it count. When
and
you
hey,
can.
Gratuitous guest star, but hey, it makes sense.
Yes. I thought it was just like, Spider-Man's getting married? I don't think so. But I like that they're so playful with that relationship with her and Spider-Man too, because it's not like they're trying to like erase that part of his history. I think that that's really cool.
Oh yeah, and you know, it's basically back to what it was in the '90s. She's like, oh, we had some fun, but you're with the redhead now. Exactly.
And she's not like bitter about it, or you know what I mean. I love that. It's very, very adult and mature.
She just like Batroc the Leaper.
Hey man, sometimes I just started watching New Girl. Sometimes you just need a rebound, man.
She was flirting with Johnny Storm last arc.
Well, that was all business. We all know that. Johnny's way too stupid for her. We all know this.
Oh yeah, she just wanted into the FF headquarters. I know. All right, so I guess we get to Amazing.
They should change it to Amaze Balls just for like one issue.
New superhero. But yeah, so Amazing 32. We get Miguel O'Hara coming back to the present again. Wasn't he just?
I'm so happy for the people that like actually like Miguel. All 10 of you. Like, I'm so happy for you guys.
But it's just so weird. Like, he went back to the future, like, I don't know, like a year or two ago, or yeah, maybe 2 years ago or something.
Exactly. What's with the deal with the name of that prison? I'm just like, what? Do you need 2 X's? I feel like you don't need 2 X's.
Don't just stick to 2 though.
Yeah, stick to 2. But no, like, I don't really care about Miguel, but I liked how he was presented in this issue.
Mm-hmm. And when they bring back Peter Parker's sister Teresa.
That I could have done without. But it was interesting to have Patrick Gleason.
Yes.
I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, was that a Gleason cover too?
There are variants for this one. There was a Gleason variant, Arthur Adams, and then a Mumad Asrar variant.
But no, I was gonna say that Gleason one almost looks like a Bagley. It's so good.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, actually.
At first, I was like, "Wait, is that Bagley?" And then I was like, "No, it's Gleason." I mean,
Bagley did a couple of other covers this month, though. So.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
And there was a gratuitous boob shot in this one, so I'm happy.
Which one?
Huh? The wake up one?
Oh, yeah.
What, right before the wake up? Yeah. I love that suit, though. That suit I love it.
What, the Spider-Man 2099?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, it's dark and edgy, just like you. And then like we were talking this morning, it's Silver Sable in here.
Yeah, which it didn't feel gratuitous, but maybe confusing.
Well, they explain it in the next issue.
Yeah. I was just like, okay, we're doing this. This is a thing now. Maybe Sony is really doing Black Cat and Silver Sable. I don't know.
Yeah, every couple years, Silver Sable pops back up.
Like, yeah, just so nobody gets any ideas.
Silver Sable created by Tom DeFalco, our guest last episode, Ron Friends.
Thank you, Philip, for that. You need to do the little more sound effect right now.
I'm sorry. Yes, Silver Sable created by Tom DeFalco and Ron Friends, who we talked to last episode.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's just kind of interesting that we get really cool classic villains. He's having family problems, and there's an international incident. I'm just like, okay, this is a lot going on right now. How are we gonna resolve this?
But I mean, and then even like going into 33, it's like, yeah, Spencer's doing deep dives. I mean, yeah, Silver Sable, okay, but the Foreigner, I know he was married to Sable at one point, but the Foreigner,
yeah, that's a deep dive. And like I said, when you know that a writer and an artist love the character, like sometimes you don't even need to know. You're just like, wow, they do a good job and they understand the character. No, he's like a super fan, and I love having somebody that like cares about the character writing for the character, because it shows in little ways like this. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get the pattern, because we even get in 33, we even get the Hitman.
Yes.
Talk about your deep dives. All right, Spider-Man 2099, the Foreigner, and the Hitman. Somebody's a Peter David mark over there.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's a bad thing.
No, it makes sense.
But I mean, I believe that's what all those characters have in common.
And I love how in that one panel, how do we keep meeting like this? Love it.
Oh yeah, because we find out Silver Sable was injured way back a few years ago. Again, like I said this morning, it was pre-Superior Spider-Man when she got injured, so like the original Superior Spider-Man run.
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh yeah, try me 00 knockoff. I was like, I need to put that in my repertoire. Next British guy hits on me, that's the line. That's the line he's getting.
See, one you should like his sister Teresa. She got the cool line. She's a ginger. Come on.
I don't think she's a real ginger.
That's what I was gonna say. That I don't think
that didn't make sense for me.
Yeah, because they don't think either parent was a ginger. So how that order that?
Exactly. Yeah, not really his sister. That's the plot twist we're gonna learn in a secret super flashback of Mephisto, aka Uncle Ben, one of these days.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Because it's current Spider-Man. He'll be like, oh, thank God, I was finding you too hot. Woo.
I'm saying. I'm saying. But no, like this issue was fun, and yeah, I love the deep dives and I love the little nods for longtime fans. But it's a lot of action too, which I like.
And it's also set up for the big 2099 event coming up.
Yes, and I'm just like, good for them. They didn't forget about the 2099 universe.
And best of all, Master Doom. I mean, Doctor Doom.
He didn't go to evil school to be called Mr. or Master. It is Doctor, damn it.
Didn't go to evil medical school. I know. But yes, and if you're interested in the 2099 books, or at least intrigued enough, stay tuned, because myself, Matt Kona, and anyone else who wants to join us, we're going to be doing 2 episodes, one at the end of November and the one at the probably at the end of December, covering the new 2099 books. Anyone who's interested in Lilith Hellfire.
I have to see. I have to read them and let you know.
I was going to say maybe get some Charlie Esser in on there too.
Oh, you need to get Charlie Esser in on it.
Maybe Will.
He'll ask some provocative questions.
Some provocative questions. You saying he's provocative?
Yes, he is a provocateur.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative. No, it's not. It gets the people going.
My favorite line in a recent movie ever, I swear. Will Ferrell, you're a gem, and I love you, but you can't get it.
I know. Well, not from you.
Anywho, what do we have left?
That's it. That was our books.
It always feels like there's more Spider-Man books. I don't know. It feels like it's like 30 of them.
Well, there are, but I mean, I think we hit pretty much. Well, the only other thing we didn't touch on, which we touched on, like I think 2 episodes ago, was the last issue of Superior.
Yeah. Poor Charlie is devastated. I hope you're happy, Marvel.
I told you. You people thought I was exaggerating. We're going to be hearing about that for the next 6 months to a year. Or until they give us another Superior Spider-Man.
So 6 months to a year.
That's right. 2020. Watch, we'll get like the Superior Ben Reilly.
You can dream, Philip. It's okay. I mean, Moon Knight is getting a TV series, so anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Disney Plus. Within Disney Plus, anything is possible.
I know Quasar's showing up, because if Moon Knight's getting a TV series, come on.
For the people that didn't like Captain Marvel, I present to you Quasar. Basically.
Both shit. They could both share. Come on. Let's get some good Guardians of the Galaxy in there, you know. Quasar. We got the rights to the Silver Surfer back. Come on.
Yes! Actually, yes. I'm going to finally get a decent Silver Surfer interpretation.
Quasar, Silver Surfer, Beta Ray Bill. Come on. I want to see those Guardians of the Galaxy. Come on.
Well, you know, he's in the universe floating around somewhere. So.
That's right.
Poor Hulk. Got the crap end of the stick because of Universal. I'm still mad about it. I think that's really, at the end of the day, I only care about like the Hulk, Hawkeye, and Iron Man, and like 2 of them got the short end of the stick, and you know, Iron Man is, spoilers, dead for now. Like in like the present and future, we can only do past stuff. So yeah, I really can't care about the MCU.
Although they said Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to do a voice for What If.
Yeah, which is animated, so, you know. Yeah. Well, we got a lot of Spider-Man stuff. Still coming up, so.
Well, yeah, that's what paying the bills. That's what we keep saying. Spider-Man's keeping Marvel afloat, and Batman's keeping DC afloat. Batman keeping DC afloat.
Yeah. Batman's getting a divorce.
Batman's stacking some bills.
Like, we wish we had a billionaire philanthropist financing us at this point.
Exactly.
That's enough. We still got a couple other episodes to get to, so.
That's right. All right. So, next month, everyone, stay tuned. It's going to be December, so you know what that means. Christmas stories. I'll have to get some bells. But yeah, next episode will be a Marvel Team Up #1, the original. Spider-Man and the Human Torch and Sandman. Because it's Christmas. I'm trying to remember. Yeah. So I don't know if I asked you this yet or not, but I think we're going to do like the 3 weeks, you know, Christmas stories. And then the last week, I mean, we can review that month's books, but do you want to do like an end of the year review too?
Sure, we'll just do an end of the year review.
Oh yeah. So the last show of the year, we'll do a Spider-Man year in review. The good, the bad,
and the wacky.
Exactly. All right. So send your thoughts. Send your nominations for best Spider-Man book or series of the year. That includes Miles.
I already know what's happening. I already know what I'm giving it to. So
Spider-Gwen. Good.
No.
All right. So send us all of that to capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, check out all of the Capes and Lunatics social media. Links to the merchandise. Yes, you can have yourself a nice fancy Capes and Lunatics t-shirt or coffee mug.
Ironically, we don't have capes yet. What's up with that, Philip?
I don't know if the website offers capes, although
I know, I'm just teasing.
I know. I still want a coffee mug so I can hold it up on camera every time. The links to the YouTube, everything at Linktree. That's linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And remember, go support our sponsors, especially Pod Life the book. If you want to read my thoughts on Lilith Hellfire and Charlie Esser and Tyler Patrick, go pick that up in digital or in paperback, or best of all, both.
Yes, definitely both.
All right, Lilith Hellfire, where can people talk Spider-Man with you?
If you want to thwip with me, you can find me on Twitter at Lilith Hellfire. And then if you're on the gram, you can find me at Lilith Hellfire69. Hello, Megan.
My new favorite drop.
I'm whelmed.
Oh, I got a new job. If you want to thwip with me. All right, everyone. Again, come back next time for Spider-Miss. Spider-Miss? Climbing down your chimney. 1 week, climbing down your chimney. Swing on back.